Hey, what's up, guys? Mahmoud Utaibi here, and this is a very special moment for me because the long-awaited moment had finally arrived. And right now, and with you guys, whoever watching this, I'm launching my personal blog, which I've been waiting to launch for more than 1 year now. And you see, it's very ironic and funny at the same time. To notice and how it's happening right now, that a long-awaited project which took a lot of planning and preparation to build and to prepare and to write articles in, and a lot of design and modification, a lot of planning, a lot of effort. Now it's being launched with no plan. And that's the truth, guys. So I'm doing this with no plan. I'm completely clueless at this point. The only thing which I can tell you guys, that today is a very special day for me. Something happened and I had this very big realization which will have great impact maybe throughout the rest of my life. And I said to myself that since my Kaboom the Web project is about impact, it's about sharing knowledge and information, then maybe I could mark this day with this launch. So I said to myself, guys, maybe I should start this journey of me sharing knowledge and changing people's life, perhaps in a day where my life is being changed, maybe for the rest of my life. So it's a very good opportunity which I'd like to use and not waste. And here I am recording my video with no plan, and all what I did is simply just to be honest with you guys, and all what I did, just a few points on this paper, that's all. And let me see if I can relate to these points and create a good launch video out of them. I don't know. So I was thinking, since this is all about online and creating a business basically, and it's about sharing my knowledge and why this is all related, my life experience with business, with knowledge, because I've spent the last 6 years of my life doing business, fully dedicated towards the success of my business, and I've managed to quit employment. I've been very blessed. I quit employment around, I guess, 4 years back now, and we are simply having an amazing, wonderful business right now, which consists of around 25 people working between between us as an on-ground team working in an office, and our online project managers and team leaders and associates. So we are about 25 people now. So I would be thriving, and I would be so excited to share the stuff which I've learned through the journey. You see, those who are in business, I guess they can relate to what I'm saying right now. You can't, you gain experience with time, and it takes a lot of effort to gain and experiences and to grow your business and build real stuff in your life. So I remember myself 6 years back. I didn't get any help. No one was there to help me and guide me throughout the way. So I'm looking forward for you guys who are interested in starting your online business, especially when it comes to e-commerce, because that's what I do now. I've been doing this for 6 years, and I'm going to focus a lot, at least in the coming maybe few months, on purely building e-commerce stores and providing all the information and working on guiding you through all the steps when it comes to building the website itself, from suppliers, from logistical stuff, from customer care, from paid advertising and attracting traffic to your store, and conversion. And at the end of the day, what matters most is creating a real business, because it could be a little bit hard to relate an online business with real business. Of course, I've passed this stage, of course, long time back. In my case, I'm just talking about those who are really having trouble or imagining that a real business could be an online business. And an online business, a successful one, which is based on all the elements which makes business one, is a real business. Because at the end of the day, online needs operations. Even if it's online, there is some operations which you need to build. There is some people management, there is some leadership, there is a lot of things, of course. So anyway, I drifted a little bit from the the thoughts which I'd like to share now. So I was thinking the best way to start this video, and since I'm launching this without any plan, so the best way to make a video out of this is just to tell you why I'm doing this and how it's happening. Although I spent more than maybe months working on a project, working on this website, fixing the website and doing all this planning, and then it stayed there online for more than a year. I didn't even touch a single word in that site, kaboomtheweb.com. And now it's happening all of a sudden. So I'm somehow getting inspired that how this is happening. How am I doing this myself? Maybe I can give you some insights, at least from my latest realizations, which made me see that yes, I can still launch, even if I'm recording from my bedroom and recording from my iPhone camera without script, without anything. So I can tell you why am I doing this, and perhaps you will relate to our project that you want to launch, a project that you are sitting on for maybe ages, for months, for years, thinking that okay, now you need to launch. So I have some few insights. I'm gonna go through them one by one now, and I'll have them all written in a blog after this video, so I'll link to the blog post under this video as well, in case you'd like to go and read them there as well. So to start with, number one is no one really cares about your project. That's the truth. Let me ask you, how many times you are confronted with the best amazing looking website and you feel that it's a turn off and it's not real? And how many times you find yourself looking into average blogs and average pages, but because you need this information, you are patiently reading and discovering and trying to reach the source which you need to reach and discover. So really, no one gives a damn about what you do when it comes to your design or your all these things, which really is a distraction for you, because what matters is the real information. You are having something that you want to share, that you want to talk about, and there are some people who really need this information. When they find you, they will listen to you, regardless how fancy your site looks like or whatever. The other thing is that the second point is that usually when it comes to information projects, and even e-commerce store, I mean overall, there is no such thing as a perfect launch with an overnight success, with all this traffic and conversions and people speaking to you or purchases happening. There is no such thing, because you need to have a feedback loop built into your business. And if you don't do this, you will end up working on a lot of things which has no meaning, which no one cares about in your site. You may end up, spending countless hours on having this feature, which maybe you will realize that later at that point that it's not really important, and you will end up removing this feature from your launch or from your product. So launch with really no features, the most basic thing, the most basic elements, which is really sufficient for you to launch your brand. In my case now, I'm launching kaboomtheweb.com. It's about helping people learn and discover ways to build an online business. So what matters is pure information. What matters is what I'm saying right now. Nothing else matters. It doesn't matter how fancy my website look or how fancy my camera is. If you are hearing me right now, then this is good enough for me, at least for a start. Now guys, the other thing, which is really my favorite point of all. So point number 3, it's a quote for late Steve Jobs, peace be upon him. So once upon a time, then Steve Jobs said in his speech that you can never connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect the dots looking backwards. And what this means is, when you want to apply it, especially now that I'm reflecting on my life and this past 6 years, I mean, what this means to me, at least, is that you cannot connect the dots looking forward. You cannot plan looking forward. There's no such thing as understanding the logical steps that your business or you will go through as you are progressing. For one simple reason, that you can't control the outcome of your first initial actions. So let's say that if one dot is one action, and when you are planning ahead of time, looking at the future, you can only plan the next step. You cannot plan the next and the next and the next and the next and the next step that follows your first. You can only control what you can do now. And when you do what you do now, unlimited possibilities will occur to you. So you can't really draw a path for the future. And that's why maybe the best thing that you can do for yourself and for your business is just do what you can do today. And when you do this, new possibilities will arrive in front of you. There will be new options for you, maybe different scenarios, and then you evaluate your best option and you go for it. And as time passes by, in 6 years, in 5 years, in 4 years, you look at your past life and you see, yes, now I understand how I managed to build the business and how the business is successful and how things are, has meanings now. And maybe you can discover how your purpose was born, and you can relate to maybe the difficult times that you have passed. Maybe at that time when you were looking forward, you would not understand the difficult times that it's arriving in your way. But looking backward, you will be able to see purpose. You'll be able to see your purpose being born in front of your own eyes. Especially when you are getting the messages which life is trying to deliver to you. So that was point number 3. Moving forward to point number 4. Yes. Point number 4 is that you are not losing with an imperfect launch. Let's say I'm launching this video now. Some people might be happy, some people may not be happy. So am I losing anything? The answer is maybe. Maybe I'm losing some maybe interest, but at the same time I'm gaining interest from a potential audience. However, I would be losing a lot more, and I have lost a lot more with time, without doing any launch. So imagine if I've launched this project 1 year back. I mean, looking at myself, I think no matter what good or bad job I've done, I will surely be having some kind of a result, which has maybe matured over this one period of time, or 1 year of time. But right now, 1 year had passed, and I'm starting just like as if I'm started 1 year back. So I've lost 1 year, and it's like the cost of not doing any action is a lot more than simply launching. But launching with some kind of imperfect stuff in your launch. And of course, guys, I know that what I'm saying may not be applicable in all times, so sometimes you need to do it right from the first time. Like some launches, some businesses, some maybe stores, maybe when it comes to a lot of stuff, it has to be done right for the first time. But at least when it comes to e-commerce, when it comes to an e-commerce, a tiny e-commerce store, let's say, or maybe just an information blog, just like mine, just an information blog, kaboomtheweb.com. So for these kind of projects, waiting is not a good idea, and launching, no matter how imperfect the launch will be the best thing that you can do for yourself and for your business. So guys, I'm wrapping up this video now. I'm very excited that I'm starting this with you, of course, and I'll be sharing a lot of stuff throughout the way. And I'm looking forward to see you guys starting things online. So please, I'd love to see your comments below. I'd love to see questions that you are having, because you will help me direct my efforts in the right way. Because online business is, I don't like using the word online business, by the way, because at the end, like I said, an online business is a real business. Business, your real business has many elements and many departments, if you may call, of course, at a high level when it's growing enough after some time. So it has many departments, and it can be really intimidating to build all the departments at the same time, or to look at the business with all the systems which is all interacting with each other from the inside. So maybe you can ask, what are the first things which you need to know about building a business? Is it the technical stuff, or is it leadership and hiring people, or is it capital and how much money you would need to start? Is it business development? Is it customer care? Is it simply how much freaking time you need to spend in the early days to get things started? So a lot of questions. So please let me know what you have in mind below, and I will make sure to read them and hopefully provide answers and insights in time soon. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to see you again in next video. Cheers.